Every jumper Caitlin Clark buries is one fewer the rest of the WNBA can afford to miss. Because right now, with the league's newest superstar nursing a strained left quad, the metrics are screaming. Overnight, Fever road tickets collapsed 300%.
The ticket prices have fallen more than 300% in less than 2 days.
Cable ratings for non-Fever matchups slipped back to professional cornhole territory. And while that live momentum skids, a 15-minute dude-perfect video, shot months ago, ignites YouTube like lighter fluid. Hoovering views the league itself can't sniff.
Yeah, nice shot, Caitlin. Welcome to 50 Ways to Make a Three-Pointer. That felt good.
That contrast, viral gold on one screen, empty seats on the other, has owners, veterans, and media insiders sweating bullets. If a trick shot collab filmed before Clark's first pro layup can outdraw an entire slate of live games, what does that say about the business model, the bargaining table, the very future of women's pro hoops? Over the next few minutes, we'll dissect how a carefree video became a billion-dollar leverage play, why Clark's absence is ripping the mask off league gatekeeping, and what happens when your brightest star shines brighter outside your own arenas. Ready? Let's tip off.
That'll work.
First, scope the machine Clark just plugged into. Dude Perfect is sports YouTube royalty. 18 billion lifetime views, 60 million subscribers, more than the NBA, NFL, MLB, and NHL YouTube channels combined. Their viewer sweet spot? Ages 12 to 34, family-friendly, phone-first, algorithm broken in. Exactly the demo the W chases but rarely lands. But raw reach is only half the math. Dude Perfect's specialty is the long-form hang. 10 minutes where a pro athlete morphs from logo to buddy. Misses, bloopers, fist bumps, inside jokes, micro moments that build the one metric every league begs for: retention. A child who watches Clark laugh at a failed bleacher heave is a child who asks mom for a Fever jersey and flips on ESPN2 next Tuesday.
Outside of LeBron and Steph, she is the most well-known basketball player currently playing in the United States.
Oh, yes. And I don't think that's close.
Past NBA collabs with Steph, Luka, and Giannis all cracked 20+ million views. And they're still climbing 2 years later. Live games vanish at the final buzzer. A Dude Perfect upload is an evergreen billboard that hums inside YouTube's algorithm forever. Bottom line, if this video lands in the 25 to 30 million range, and early pace says it might, it will dwarf every non-Clark W broadcast of the last decade combined. The storm isn't coming. It's already spinning. Pull Clark out for a single road swing, and the market reacts like a power grid losing its main generator. Within 6 hours of the injury tweet, reseller prices cratered.
It has happening most dramatically with tickets for the June 7th Fever Sky game.
Minus 51% in Chicago, minus 68% in Baltimore, minus 73% back home in Indy. 2 wakes later, the average hit minus 300%. Seats that fetched Jordan money now cost less than a matinee and popcorn.
From $86 48 hours ago to $25. And by the time June 7th rolls around, it might cost you a bag of Skittles and some Lay's potato chips to get in there.
Fans weren't bluffing. A Maryland dad who built an entire girls' weekend around Clark's Baltimore cameo told local radio, "Once we heard she wasn't playing, the flights came off the card." Multiply that sentiment by 3 time zones and turnstiles, slow to a crawl.
Quote, once I found out Caitlin wasn't playing, it didn't make sense for us to fly to Indianapolis. Of course not. Kopecky said in a phone interview, "We are Caitlin fans before Fever fans. She's the biggest draw. That's who the girls want to see."
Television mirrors the gate. Clark's Fever Liberty clash peaked at 3.3 million, the second biggest regular season draw in 25 years. 5 nights later, Stormwings minus Clark mustered 339K, Tuesday night spike ball numbers. Same sport, same week, 10-to-1 disparity. Remember, the union triggered its CBA opt-out because those Clark surges made the pie look supersized. But one strained quad just rerouted the cash flow back to 2019. Owners now enter talks with the ultimate trump card, Stability first, raises later.
Here's Clark. Wow! You bet! From beyond the logo!
10 short days have revealed a brittle ecosystem, one where a single rookie's health dictates turnstiles, Nielsen sheets, and labor leverage. That's not leaning on a star. That's hanging from a cliff ledge. January. Economists pegged Clark's rookie impact at $428 million. By April, after 6 weeks of sellouts and Nielsen spikes, the revision ballooned to $1.02 billion in incremental league activity. Tickets, media, sponsorship, merch, all traced to number 22nd. Cue CBA chessboard. The players yank their agreement 6 months early, expecting to weaponize the windfall. Bigger splits, guaranteed charters, six-figure rookies. Then the quad tweak flips the script. Owners stride in holding 3 killer slides. 1. Ticket reality. Plus 319% attendance only where Clark plays. Strip her road dates and growth drops to pedestrian double digits.
WNBA hasn't seen any growth when it comes to the non-Caitlin Clark games.
2. Broadcast gap. 2.4 million averages with Clark, 0.4 without. An 83% haircut. 3rd. Fragility clause. If one rookie's leg can vaporize revenue in 48 hours, how do we budget permanent raises? The queen leaves the board. Management sees checkmate in 3 moves. Worse, they can celebrate Clark's shoe deals and YouTube splits, proof she's monetizable elsewhere, while arguing payroll shouldn't shoulder the freight. Leverage, meat trapdoor. Growth stampedes, but inside league circles, the Clark stampede triggered gatekeeping. Real fans stick around when number 22 sits, some veterans tweet. A few on-court shoulder checks go viral. A league-launched hate speech probe hangs awkwardly over Fever fans before quietly dissolving with 0 evidence. And no apology. Resentment is human, but historically suicidal. The NBA didn't sell fans on structure. It sold them on magic smiles, bird scowls, Jordan posters. Casuals became lifers by falling for individuals first. Trying to shame Clark's first-timers into immediate encyclopedic fandom misses the playbook by 4 decades. Brazil's national team got the memo. After a Fever exhibition, they mobbed Clark like pop royalty. Selfies, jersey swaps, genuine glee. Social feeds loved it, captioning, "Respect abroad, cold shoulder at home."
The real story was how this Brazilian national team that played the Fever, it's the way they received her, the way they celebrated her. It's quite a contrast that these women of color from Brazil and their coach had, as opposed to the American players and American women of color and how they treat Caitlin Clark.
That snapshot stacked against the gatekeeper's eye rolls is brand damage. Money can't mop up. Jealousy, tax versus rising tide, economics. If one player sparks $1 billion upside, every teammate's next contract can float. If sponsors sense a welcoming ecosystem. Slam the door on newbies and you self-inflict a revenue fine the balance sheet will not forgive. Stanford couldn't design cleaner research. Variable A, a 15-minute dude-perfect upload. Variable B, 3 live WNBA games sans Clark. Same star, same week. YouTube's view meter rockets past 10 million, while Ticketmaster dashboards flip from red, sold, back to green, available. Engagement half-life favors YouTube eternally. Live sports expire overnight. Friction? One-tap mobile versus geo-blocked paywall. Ad CPM. Dude, Perfect's family-friendly channel clears $28. Cable WNBA hovers near $18. When boardrooms see an asset flourish everywhere, except inside their paywall, they don't blame the asset, they blame the wall. Tear down blackout rules, sanction creator collabs, or watch stars monetize elsewhere. The data is carved in LED stone. Clark content thrives outside, starves inside.
Every shot you make is one less that I have to do.
The 90-day sprint creator series. 10 franchises, 10 top creators, 10 long-form collaborations before playoffs. Clip amnesty. No takedowns on sub-2-minute fan edits. Let the internet cook. Charter safety. $1.8 million for Universal charters through season's end. Cheap insurance on $1 billion Halo. Family bundles, $28. Clark Pack. Upper deck ticket, snack voucher, post-game selfie raffle. 3-sentence apology. Close the hate speech probe loop. Clear the cloud. The 18-month architecture. Flip Right's hierarchy. Digital first game of the week on YouTube. Cable gets replays. Peg future salary bumps to digital revenue growth, not total ops. Aligns players with the creator flywheel. NIL-style incentives for star rookies. Turn draft night into influencer unboxing. 4-person vertical video lab, 150 clips per month, 0 brand approval choke points. The pitfalls of standing pat, gatekeeping churn, sponsor erosion, CBA stalemate, overseas exodus. Everyone a self-inflicted wound if the league refuses to modernize. And the 18-month clock? $1 billion Halo can dim fast. The NBA seized its Jordan window inside a single CBA cycle. The W's window is similar, tight yet wide open if acted on now. Caitlin Clark has already supplied the spark, sold-out barns, record Nielsen peaks, and now a trick shot video soaring toward 30 million views. What happens next is out of her hands. Either the WNBA tears down its own walls, welcomes a flood of new eyeballs, and rewrites the economics of women's pro sport. Or it doubles down on old habits and watches the spark flicker out on someone else's timeline. The ball is still in the air. Choose your court.